Good day, everyone. Welcome to our report in Module 10, all about networking. Before I proceed with our topic, let us first walk through the past modules and see how far we've learned and their connection with what we are all about to learn today. In Unit 1, we discussed the 3 modules where we were able to define community mobilization, learned about the guiding principles and its application, and the roles of the social workers in the process. What was the role you presented in our activity back then? In Unit 2, we were given opportunity to apply situational analysis using the tools of our choice. We also undergone the steps, from preparation, actual to post-mobilization process. Whereas in Unit 3, we dealt about strategies and tactics in community mobilization. Specifically, the collaborative and conflict confrontation strategy. Which of the strategies is more applicable in your setting? Now, we are about to open Unit 4, about the specific skills in community mobilization, and our group will discuss about networking. The content of our report are the following. First, the objectives of the module. Second, the definition of network or networking. Third, the importance of building a network. Fourth, the forms of network. Fifth, the principles in networking. Sixth, the house of networking. Seventh, the qualities of a networker. And we also included, before the references, some key messages. By the end of this module, we are expected to be able to, first, explain the rationale and basis for networking. Second, contrast alliance and coalition work. And third, identify the qualities of an effective networker. By the end of this module, first, let us define the word network. It refers to the units, institutions, agencies, or organizations united for a free flow of information and resources between members without any established hierarchy or structure. Networking is a process of linking up or establishing linkage with these institutions, organizations, or even agencies in order to expand and access more resources, information between its members. So there is this complementation of resources. Bartle said that networking is one of the elements of community strength, that it's not just what you know but also who you know that can be a source of strength. Do you agree with him? So why do we build a network? First, it is said that networking optimizes resource utilization, and it lends greater visibility and credibility to the issue. So the wider the network, the farther is the reach of an advocacy effort. Another is, networking enables groups, organizations, whose mandates do not include advocacy to indirectly support advocacy efforts useful to their work. So, example in the case of the 3 core poverty programs of DSWD, the Pantawid Pamilya, the SLP, and KCNCDDP, some Pantawid parent leaders also volunteer to take lead in Kalahi Seeds committees, like in the project preparation team or in the Barangay Sub-Project Management Committee. Most of the committee heads are parent leaders. So why do they do this? Some of them say that aside from they want to advocate community-driven development, their desire to access more trainings to hone their leadership skills and to sustain their membership, their active participation in the Pantawid program or in the Sustainable Livelihood program, they volunteer in Kalahik Seeds. The group of parent leaders see that being CDD advocates will also work to their advantage as SLP and Pantawid members because there are more opportunities for personal growth and there are trainings, many trainings that can help aid in the performance of their leadership roles within their groups in Pantawid and SLP. Further, networking also serves to achieve the following. 1. To increase the pool of information, contacts, and resources. Number 2. Complement and coordinate instead of duplicating efforts and initiatives by people's organizations and non-government organizations. And third, broaden the base for generating support for the people's organization's cause. So for example, in the expansion of the membership of the local development councils in every municipality, which is at least 25% should be CSOs or POs, the inclusion of more groups or of these associations improve the sustainability of their causes. Their platforms are now considered in development planning and best, their proposals get funded because they can access resources from the NGA members or even within the Municipal Development Fund itself. Now let us discuss the two forms of network. We have the coalition and the alliance. For the coalition, it has been traditionally referred to the groups or individuals that have come together around a particular issue to achieve a particular goal. These groups operate autonomously and are usually not connected to each other, or most groups have different agendas as well. In coalition building, networking is grounded in the notion that people who pool their resources have a greater ability to advance their interests. Whereas, in establishing alliances, the goal is more of developing or pursuing a comprehensive development agenda, not just a single issue. So, alliance represents a deeper form of unity. A strategic alliance is established with friendly organizations having similar political line or vision mission goals. So in our country, alliances may be tactical or strategic in nature. Tactical alliances usually addresses a single issue that needs to be resolved within the short term. So usually a year or less. So once resolved, the alliance is broken up and individual members go their respective ways. So between alliance and coalition, which do you think is more appropriate for your community organizations? Now we move on to the principles in networking. There are 7 principles discussed in this module. First, the recognition of a common need or concern to be addressed. Second, the recognition of and respect for each other's autonomy and equality. The third principle is organizations act on the basis of organizational interest. Thus, the networker must show the prospective member why its membership is important, and of course, show or tell what it can benefit from the network. Number 4, transparency and accountability are observed for trust building. Building trust among individual members is a key ingredient in the alliance work. Transparency and accountability as guiding principles should be operationalized into structures and processes, especially decision-making of the alliance. They reinforce trust, thereby strengthening members' commitment to pursue alliance objectives. Number 5, sustained partnership is anchored on the network's shared vision, common interest, mutual awareness, and support in addressing the problem of poverty and powerlessness. Number 6, consensus in decision-making should be worked for. Instead of building divides or facilitating decision-making in the process of votation, consensus building should be the best option. Number 7, networking or mobilizing various sectors or groups within the community and outside the community contributes to the common goal when each organization's contribution is distinct. Hence, this enhances complementation of roles rather than duplication. Now let us come to the steps of networking or the hows of networking. First, be clear about why the organization wants to network. Is it to expand membership? Or is it just to broaden the reach of the advocacy or other important purposes? Number 2, identify the possible targets for the network. We can teach them about mapping the existing organizations that share the same vision, mission, or goals, or share the same advocacy as the group. Number 3, enter into exploratory talks with key people in the target organizations. So this is easy if we just coach right the leaders of the organizations we are forming. Number 4, organize a consultation or a forum that would lead to a deeper analysis of the issue at hand and will lead to a realization that it is better to work together than individually. So whoever has the resources or given the resources, CSO forums are very good platforms for exchange of ideas and deeper analysis of issues. We can also lobby for government funding to fund these forums. Number 5, set up the network, whether it's coalition or alliance, depending on the issue at hand, or whether it is meant to be long-term or short-term form of networking. Number 6, consolidate the network through regular sessions aimed at forging unity, conduct of activities from regular exchange of information, fundraising or mobilizations, and regular assessment or reflection sessions to check if the progress of the efforts are still aligned and the objectives why the network was formed. Let us also remember that the chance of success is greater when clients participate actively in formulating and implementing the plans. Another, there is a strength in number, so the more networks, the better. Clients are more likely also to use, value, protect, and enhance resources when they have participated in planning, generating, and developing them. And they gain a sense of power when they realize they participate in improving their circumstances. You can go back to our previous lessons, specifically on the principles of community mobilization, when we learned that People should participate in making, adjusting, or controlling the major changes taking place in the community. And of course, our belief that people are not only recipients of change, but are change agents themselves. What are the qualities of a networker? A networker must possess all the positive attitudes, all the necessary skills, and of course, should be principled as a person. Specifically, a networker must possess good communication skills. We always say that communication is the key. It is very important, especially in forming alliances or coalitions. Number two, she must be or he must be an advocate, projecting issues clearly, agitating people to act and support the cause of a community. Number three, a networker must come across as someone who knows the issues, is confident and competent and trustworthy. He or she must be someone that people will look up to or people will eventually trust as part of a network. Number four, he or she must be resourceful and creative, of course. And number five, he or she must be able to relate with different kinds of people, earning their confidence, respect, and trust. Another important quality is knowing how to manage conflict effectively. So, in a network where members has diverse attitude, principles, different leadership styles, conflict is inevitable. Thus, a networker with conflict management skill is very advantageous. And lastly, a networker must be cool and calm even under pressure. What are the qualities? Before we end our report, we would like to leave you with 3 key messages to further highlight the essence of networking as a skill in community mobilization. First, networking is a strength. Knowing more individuals, groups, organizations, or institutions with complementing resources is very advantageous. Second, networking is an art of building alliances. So going back with our discussion on the contrast of alliance and coalition work, we hope that you know now what is more appropriate in your setting. Number 3, individuals, groups, and organizations that have developed strong connections with a variety of support groups and allies typically are more able to achieve their objectives. So this is Adelaida Escurel of Group 1, and together with me is Miss Jessica Ross Pasqua. We hope that you learned from this report. Thank you and good day. Before we end our report,
give you an actual application of networking. I have interviewed an area coordinator who is a friend of mine from Calashits program of DSWD in the area of Bagoninga,